Good day, everyone. How are you? Today is such a blessed day because we have got another opportunity to learn together. Are you ready? Yeah! That's good. So get now a pen and a paper. Let's begin. Look at the picture. What is the character doing? Or what can you say about him? Yes, he's quite confused on the direction that he is going to take. He needs to choose between the two, so he has to make a decision. What about this? Yes, the child is confused, or the child doesn't know how he is going to stop his parents arguing or fighting. And what about this? Yes, the area is totally flooded. The civilians can hardly do their routine. Good thing there are policemen who rescued them. They are actually a hero and a blessing to all of the people. So we must be grateful to them. Having seen those three pictures, I'm sure you have thought of words that may refer to them. First, begins with correct, problem. Second, begins with correct, struggle. Third, two words beginning with correct, opposing forces. And lastly, word beginning with correct, tension. Now we have three words and one phrase. Can you make them into just one word? It begins with C and it has 8 letters. What do you think is the word? You are correct. It's conflict. And that is our topic today. The most essential learning competency is discover the conflicts presented in literary selections and the need to resolve these conflicts in non-violent ways. So, what is a conflict? A conflict as an element of a story is a struggle between two opposing forces. When we say struggle, it is a forceful effort to reach an objective. And when we say opposing, it means contradicting or fighting. A conflict provides crucial tension in a story. What are the two main types of conflict? Number 1, external, and number 2, internal. When you say external, it takes place outside the body. And when you say internal, it takes place inside the body. External is happening between a character and an outside force, while internal is happening with a struggle between or within the character. This is an example of an external conflict since the character here is in conflict with the other character. And this is an example of internal conflict since the character is in conflict with himself. There are 6 specific types of conflict. Number 1, character versus himself or man versus himself. It happens within the character's mind. A character is torn about making decision, a struggle to choose what the right choice is. In the picture given, is the girl going to eat the apple or she's going to eat the ice cream? If she chooses the apple, She may get the vitamins and the minerals essential for treating indigestion, anemia, diabetes, rheumatism, respiratory problems, pressure on blood vessels, and even cancer. If the girl chooses to eat the ice cream, well, I'm not saying that it's totally bad because of its high sugar content. Ice cream could actually stimulate creative thinking. So, the character here has to choose between the apple and the ice cream. This is therefore a good example of character versus himself. Number 2. Character versus character, or man versus man. It happens when the character's needs or wants are different from others. It occurs when one character has a problem with one another or characters in the story. In this example, the first character is supporting the proposition, and the other character is opposing it. So therefore, this is a good example of character versus character. Number 3. Character versus nature, or man versus nature. It sets the character against a natural force like an earthquake, a blizzard, an animal, or a contagious disease. In this example, the characters here are struggling with the presence of the coronavirus. They cannot do anymore what they would always do before. It's because of this virus. So the conflict is character versus nature. Number 4. Character versus society, or man versus society. It happens when the character has a problem with the society, including laws, beliefs, or cultural tradition. In this example, what is the ordinance that the people violate? Yes, it's the health and safety protocols. Maintaining a physical distance and wearing a face mask. Since these are existing laws in the society that these people don't follow, the conflict is character versus society. Number 5. Character versus supernatural. It pits characters against phenomena like ghosts, gods, or monsters. In our very own folktale titled Ibong Adarna, Don Juan fights against the seven-headed serpent to save Leonora, the sister of Doña Juana. We know that such a creature in this story is an example of supernatural. So, the conflict is character versus supernatural. Number 6. Character versus technology. The character resists technological forces. He struggles to accept or use the technology of a changing world. Example is here. Mr. Anderson tried to destroy his computer when it froze on him and lost his project. Now, I want you to develop your mastery of the topic by identifying the type of the conflict presented in the reading selections that I will show you. After identifying its type, you are going to mention what this conflict is all about. Number 1. Alan wanted to buy a pair of shoes in a mall. Having left his face shield in his car, he was not allowed to enter by the security personnel who pointed at the signage, "No face shield, no entry." What is the type of the conflict presented here? You are correct. Character versus society. And what is this conflict about? The character Alan was in conflict with the law. Next, number 2. Alan caught her friend James stealing from their classmate. Now Alan must choose between not telling anyone what he saw and doing the right thing, which is to tell it to the proper authority. What is the conflict presented? That is right. Character versus himself. And what is it about? The character Alan was torn about making a decision. Next, number 3. It had been raining at 4:05 p.m. for almost a week. One sunny morning, Leah's mother told her to bring an umbrella to be safe from rain. The girl, believing that it would rain at a later time, assured her mother that she's going home early, so she would not bring it anymore. To her surprise, the rain began at 3 p.m. As a result, she was not able to go home early. What is the type of the conflict here? You're right. Character versus nature. Leah forgot about the climate change. A change in global or regional climate patterns attributed largely to the increased levels of carbon dioxide produced by the use of fossil fuels. And what is the conflict about? The girl was not able to go home earlier because of the rain. Next, number 4. In the first few months of the new normal in education, Teacher Y was struggling on conducting online classes. She used to be a great teacher with her visual aids and all. She wanted to be as great as before by using online platforms such platforms as an aid to the modular distance learning modality, but she admitted she couldn't because she was not skilled in the use of technology. What is the type of conflict presented here? Right, it's character versus technology. And what is this about? Teacher Y was struggling to use online platforms in teaching. Number 5. Nena and Lynn were planning to buy a birthday gift for their friend Ivy. Nena suggested that they give the birthday girl a pair of rubber shoes, which they would order from Shopee. Lynn, however, wanted to give a set of multicolored paint with brushes, since their friend loves painting. The two did not agree, resulting to not talking to each other anymore. What is the conflict? Yes, character versus character. And what is it about? Nena and Lynn had a conflict on which gift to give. Now that you have already mastered how to identify conflicts in literary selection, my question is, how do you apply this skill in your daily living? Does it have an impact on you? I believe there is. After identifying the conflicts, do you wish to end up in a fight? Or you wish to compromise? To help us build a better relationship with others, we must apply the skill of identifying conflicts and the skill of resolving these conflicts in non-violent ways. And what are these conflicts again? Okay, so it's time now to review. The 6 specific types of conflict are: number 1, character versus himself. Number 2, character versus character. Number 3, character versus nature. Number 4, character versus society. Next, number 5, character versus supernatural. And finally, number 6, character versus technology.